boys, it is your market talk. And fellas, this wasn't even going to be made today, but when we started making the video about the daily mud update, we got into the market and we realized there was a little bit more to talk about, and we got a little bit lengthy. Now, it's not super long, and fellas, we didn't get super duper in depth, so if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. Okay, that's what I'm here for. I'll answer everything, boys. But essentially, we got some word that there could be Reduxes coming tomorrow, so we got a little bit more in depth, and we talk about should you be buying, should you be selling, what should you be selling, what should you be buying. So we got on all that good stuff. But fellas, with that being said, just a little preface there, let's get into the market. Okie dokie, fellas, here we are at mud.gg to take a look at the market. And as you can see, your top daily gainers, Tyrann Mathieu gaining up a little bit here. Kind of crazy, right? I think it's just mainly because people are trying to build theme teams and you're like one or two guys short. Now, Tyrann Mathieu is also still a very good looper in this game. Now, the loop is a little bit dead. We're lurking on some defense, so be on the lookout for that. And fellas, Michael Vick is up. It's a little bit surprised to see some of these cards up. The other cards, your top daily sellers, Steve Hutchinson, this is where I want to get to. 85 overalls, fellas. Down 50%. He's starting to come back. 70K. This is awesome, okay? I was gobbling these guys up at 80K, thinking I was getting a deal. And then as I saw this pack offers come out, I was like, oh my goodness, they're going to get cheaper than that. We started buying even more. Now, my average cost is probably somewhere around 75K, boys, okay? I'm not happy with that. I could have got so many cheaper. Look at all these right here. 70K, under 60K, 76, 70, 60, 60, 60. Fellas, I'm buying these up in hopes that the sets tomorrow take 3 random 85 overalls. I bought a bunch of them. I'm about 2 million coins of my own coins invested into this. So if this thing doesn't hit, I lose a pretty penny. But if it does hit, I have potential to walk away with an extra million coins, okay? Historically, what we have seen, boys, is that the set cards the day before tend to drop down to about that 80K mark. That's why I was comfortable at 80K. And then we see them bounce right back up the next day when they're using those sets to 120K. Now, I typically sell mine off in between that 110, 120 mark just because I want to make sure I don't miss the boat, okay? Sometimes those cards come crashing down. People realize maybe these cards aren't that good. Now, after taking a look at the LTDs that are coming and the names that are coming, this could be a decent promo. I don't want to set us up for failure and say, this is great, these are going to be fantastic, we're guaranteed to do this. Do this at your own risk. Do this at your own risk. Like I said, I'm about 2 million coins plus invested into this right now. And I wish I would have waited because they're just sitting here. As you can see, they're sitting there for 70K. I do want to go take a look at 85s in general and see what is the cheapest one for you guys to go out there and start looking for. 85s right here. As you can see, Duran Bland is sitting on an average cost of 75 right now, 90, 64. Fellas, get out there, snipe them up. I have a ton of them. My average cost, like I said, is probably about 75-ish K. And I think this is the greatest way, the greatest potential for us to actually make some coins tomorrow. That's what I've been doing every time we get an overall increase. And then, fellas, let's talk about should we be buying, should we be selling? Now, we may have missed the boat. This video is coming out a little bit too late. Prices plummeted. If you wanted to add to your team, I think there was good opportunity. I mean, like Justin Fields, for instance. This guy was down to like 300K. What's he sitting at? 318. I mean, he's up a little bit from where they were. These are still pretty cheap. Now, I do anticipate game time not to really bounce back as good as other cards potentially could, mainly because game time loses that +1 speed tomorrow. Now, Travis Hunter being down 6%, down to 350-ish K is kind of crazy. I would expect this card maybe to bounce back once there's not so many in the market. Now, it depends on offers tomorrow, right? If we get more crazy offers, I'm not selling anything today, okay? We talked about selling off last night. I didn't make that move and sell anything off because I wasn't sure where I wanted to go with my team. I didn't know if I wanted to switch theme teams, certain things like that. So we decided to stay put. Hindsight 2020, I should have just sold off, right? We say this every time. We talk about when overall increases come, sell off your team. Especially this past weekend, we talked about selling off our teams, and we didn't hit that threshold that we thought we would, so we ended up holding on. Now, next time, when it comes around, hopefully things play out the same. Even if it doesn't get to that point where we think it could get, we'll probably sell off, be patient, and we know the market's going to dip again. Now, when it comes to buying things, I am holding tight. Why? Because of Reduxes, okay? I'm holding tight when it comes to buying. If I decide to make a switch, there are some Reduxes I want, okay? Now, if there's an 86 plus Redux pack, Sean Taylor absolutely got hit today, okay? Down 16%, almost 17%, chilling at 250 right now. Now, I saw one as cheap as 224, and we didn't purchase it. if we get Reduxes tomorrow, the 86 Redux market could take another hit, okay? Most people that want these Reduxes have them. As you can see, the prices are going down. There's sellers, more sellers than there are buyers. Now, if we do get that pack, maybe I'll be looking to purchase up some of these really cheap guys, potentially some 87 LTDs. I will sell my Charles Woodson tonight. I do have a Charles Woodson. I specifically want to go take a look at him, and I'll show you what he's kind of doing right now. I don't know if we will get Reduxes, okay? I don't know when we'll get Reduxes. There's potential. When I saw there's potential for it, as you can see, he's kind of selling for $1 million. 1.7 he's listed for. The highest he did sell for was 1.4. Now, there is another one, and this is the one I have. I don't have the cool-looking one, okay? So, 1 million, he's kind of selling for just under that 1 million mark, and then the next one's 1.6. I'll get greedy, okay? 1.5 million, I'll list him for 1.5 million. If he happens to sell, very cool. I'll be very happy. Reason being, if we get those 86 plus Reduxes, people are going to be selling. I'll just go buy them back, okay? I will go buy them back. I'm not worried about it. I do love Charles Woodson. He plays great for me. I have him up to 89 speed on my Packers theme team with a crystal boost. But fellas, my thinking was we were going to get Reduxes by Tuesday anyway. Can I survive 5 days without him? Yes, I'll be perfectly fine. I'll sell him off. If we don't get Reduxes, oh well, it's an L for me, I suppose, or I'll just live without him. There's plenty of quarterbacks out there right now. It's not like Woodson's the best in the game. There is potential for Woodson to rise, though, if we don't get Reduxes, because the Raiders theme team could be getting good, okay? It could be getting good. We have an LTD Raider coming for Legend Saturday, Howie Long. There is potential for ladders to cause the market to rise again this weekend as well. Now, I can't guarantee that. The market did rise last weekend. It is the second weekend of ladders. Usually, the market doesn't get as affected as it does the first weekend of ladders, but we'll have to see. Again, just a quick recap. Fellas, snipe up 85s for 75K or under. 2, don't sell into a sell-off unless you are comfortable selling your 87 LTDs in preparation for Reduxes, and you also have to be okay to not have that card for potentially some time. And 3, if you want to add to your team, I believe tonight is the night, fellas. There is potential for the market to come down even more tomorrow, but I don't think it can get much lower. There is potential. I don't think these are bad prices to add to your team, though, right? Especially 86s, 85s right now, and even the 87s, right? Evan Ingram down 10% almost. Ashton Genty down 15% at 300K. These are fair prices for these cards, in my belief. With that being said, though, boys, that's all I got for you. We're going to head to the outro, wrap this puppy up. Alrighty, boys, so there you have it. That is your market talk for the day. Hopefully, I explained some things. I know I got a little off tangent because this wasn't going to be too in-depth, and we decided to use this for a whole separate video because we did go pretty long. We did go pretty long on this. If you have any questions, again, please ask down below in the comments, fellas. That's what I'm here for. I will answer you. I'll help you guys out. I think the 85s are set to pay big, and if they do with how many I have invested in, fellas, I essentially got my Tucker Craft for free today, which is amazing. And, boys, I am going to actually sell my LTD 87 overalls just in case, because some of those guys are up a little bit right now. Make sure, go check specifically which ones you have. If they're up, go ahead, get rid of them, and just be prepared potentially to not have them for a little bit. It's okay, right? I'll be okay without my Charles Woodson on my Packers theme team. I'll figure something out. But with that being said, fellas, that's all I got for you. Hopefully you found this video useful, and if you did, smash that like button, subscribe down below. That's all I got. I hope you boys have a blessed one. Peace.
For more awesome content, like and subscribe now.